Be on and welcome to this special interview with Sam Eng, the creator of what might be one of the most stylish and cool looking video games I've seen all year, Skate Story. Welcome.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. So before we really get into like the nitty gritty, tell me about Skate Story and just how it came to be.
I was just honestly doing what the game is, like just skating at night, listening to Blood Cultures, like the first album, Happy Birthday. And then I was like, man, it'd be so cool to have a vaporwave skateboarding game. And that was where the idea was born. In Skate Story, you play as this demon made of glass and pain, and you're trying to skate through the underworld. The devil gives you this kind of little contract where he's like, all right, if you skate to all the moons and you eat them, then your soul will be freed.
I love it. All right. So the art direction in this is phenomenal. It's the first thing that when I saw the game, I was like, I gotta play this when it comes out.
Thank you.
You know, it kind of takes me back to that kind of weirder, more like avant-garde early PlayStation era, even like kind of with the early PS2 when you had like Rez and, you know, IQ on the PS1. How did you land on such a unique art direction?
I think a lot of it was just like iteration. I always had like this really strong vision in my head. Like even when I first like thought of the game, I'm just like I want it to be kind of this like high res lo-fi, which sounds like a, you know, oxymoron kind of thing, but just like I want it to feel like old skate videos, like VHS tapes, but also like taken into like this modern era, and then just like iterating upon that, and like just like really want to capture how it feels to me just to like skate through New York like at night.
It's funny you bring up skate videos because like I love that when you bail, it's almost like the camera is just rolling away, and you know the camera will like kind of go behind me and pan around and stuff, and it's like it's just super cool. Like there's a vibe to this that I found myself just skating around, not even doing like the objectives, just because it was like really fun. And in a year full of so many skate games, I have to admit this one might be the most fun that I've played.
So oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's
I mean
go. Sorry.
I was the rolling around and stuff like that's just literally based on, I mean, I saw a clip, like a skate video where the skater accidentally like kicks the camera that they're filming on with, and then like it was rolling around. I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then actually when you're like skateboarding for real, like so many times you'll fall on the floor and you'll roll on the ground, and that's literally what it feels like when you see your whole vision just like kind of pivot around. And I really wanted to capture that. Like that's just how it kind of feels to me.
Yeah, that's a thing I try to not do so much in real life is fall, especially as I get older. And I feel like I just every time I fall on a skateboard, it's never when I'm trying to do something interesting or cool. It's me.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, I need to cross the street, and I hit a stone, and I just bail off everybody.
It's
so
always the simple stuff that gets you.
Yeah.
Like I got so many injuries, but like all the injuries are from just like the simplest things, just like, you know, pebble.
I had
like not paying attention.
Last summer I was just kind of skating around like near where the IGN office is after work, and I was like, oh, this is like feels so nice. It's that like summer evening, you know. I felt really good crossing the street, ton of traffic. I hit a pebble, slam face first, and it was so embarrassing because I'm just looking at people like, oh my god, look at this guy. It's just how it always happens. Anyways,
that's
back to the game.
Yeah.
So the world of Skate Story is like super far out. What was the biggest inspiration for designing this world?
I mean, the biggest inspiration is just New York. I think it's a city I grew up in. It's where I lived all my life. And, you know, I love this city. It's super cool. I mean, it's got good parts and bad parts. It's something different to everyone, right? But I really took a lot of inspiration from my surroundings and like my own experiences.
What about like the actual like art style itself? Because I love this like industrial, demonic, like kind of grungy, but also it's very like shiny and pristine. Like, was there any like movies or media or anything like that where you got inspiration from for that?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the big inspirations was like, you know, as I was developing it, I remember just making, you know, I just wanted this class, I wanted to make it look cool. And then, I was always so afraid to like really push it super hard. Like I had some weird stuff, and then people would tell me like, oh man, it's really hard to look at, or it's like really, I don't know. And I was finding hard to find that balance. But then one of my favorite developers released this new game called Hyper Demon, right? The creators of Devil Daggers. And then I remember seeing that and being like, oh my God, like this pushes it so far. And I was in love with that, the visuals of that. And then that really inspired me to just go for it. Just like go crazy on like pushing it further and further, like following these like, I don't know, like making more additive effects and like taking inspiration from just like going around at night, like in my city, and just like looking at like how do like the street lights like reflect the ground and things like that. Yeah, it was just a lot of iteration, honestly, and Hyper Demon really convinced me that to just go for it.
Well, I'm glad you went for it, because it's like, it is, playing the game, especially that like first tutorial, and then when you pop out and you start fighting the moon, as weird of a statement as that is, that was that kind of moment where I was like, oh my God, this is so cool looking. So I had to like play it again and, try to do different tricks and stuff and mess around and just kind of look at stuff. And it's awesome. So you've talked a lot about skateboarding. So I got to ask this one, how important is skate culture to the DNA of Skate Story?
I think it's super important. I mean, I think skate culture is nowadays not monolithic in any way. I think because it's so popular of a sport, and there's so many different kids and so many different adults, like it's a generational thing now, where I think there's so many like personal experiences there. And that's what I really wanted to do with this game, is like show my personal experience and like the things I do with like my friends, my community and things like that, and how I see it. So yeah, like I think it's really important to like stay authentic to yourself, I think. And like skate culture has always been about authenticity. Like I feel like that's the one thing that's always been like a constant throughout time. Like fashion and stuff comes and goes. Like in the 90s, skate culture was so different than it is today, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's I like that you bring up like authenticity, because there is something to where, there's been a couple other skateboard games this year that feel very like corporate almost, and where it's like, this is what we think skateboarding culture is, but it kind of misses that feeling of just kind of riding around at night. And one of the earlier missions, you have to go buy essentially an Arizona iced tea, and it's just like it just kind of took me back to like when I was way younger, and I would like skate over to the liquor store, get iced tea, skate back home, and it's like it definitely captures that vibe and stuff. So that's super rad.
Thank you.
All right, let's see what are you hoping that players kind of obsess with this game? Like, are you hoping they just vibe to skating around, speed running it? What's kind of the thing that you were making it? You're like, oh, I really hope people like latch onto this.
I think the sort of the story and the world is what I'm most proud of. This game, I see it as like an adventure game that happens to use skateboarding as like its main like gameplay mechanic. And I spent a lot of time like trying to craft this world that, has sort of served as like this like dream space, like confident for me. Right. So I think for me, connecting with players through that has been like, I really hope I can just connect with people through that, like what I put into this game.
That's awesome. So it's been a really big year for skateboarding games. We've kind of mentioned this back and forth a little bit. And you ending kind of taking out the year with Skate Story. IGN just gave it an 8. People are loving it. I was looking on social media. Where do you see skateboarding games going from here?
I mean, I think skateboarding is so cool because it's just always evolving, and it's just like, because it's so like personally charged. I mean, I would love to see it just go even crazier and like even just like inspire people to start skateboarding. And I think I don't know, just like it's really coming back. So I'm just excited to see where it goes, honestly. I'm just like I want to be really excited, and I think I will be because of like the amount of eyeballs now on this sport that's just like back in fashion, right? Mm-hmm. It's always been in fashion, but I think it's true that there's been like kind of this peak that's come out in the last year.
Yeah, it's definitely making a comeback. I'm seeing a lot more people wearing like the old like puffy Vans and stuff, and like,
oh yeah,
you know,
those are cool, man.
They are. I gotta get some. They were so comfortable, and then we went away from that. You know, I need that in like a shorties hoodie. You developed this game by yourself, which is an incredible feat considering how cool it is and everything. What was the trickiest hurdle to overcome during development?
Oh my God. I mean, I guess myself. It's really, really difficult to make a game when you have to put everything together. Yeah, it was kind of a very difficult journey for me to, you know, keep that fire going. I mean, obviously I just wanted to make this game so badly, but there's just so many challenges that come up, and like keeping on the task and just like trusting the process, you know, all these like platitudes that creatives say, like unfortunately a lot of them are true. And I would say that was the biggest challenge of being a solo developer, is like just going through it like alone. I mean, I had a lot of so Devolver has been amazing to work with. Like, so the publisher helped me put it out, which has been super helpful. Helped me localize the game, like send it out and do QA. They helped me get it on consoles. And you know, the composers also did like a amazing job. So even as a sole developer, I'm not an island, right? Like so many people helped me with this. So I do want to make sure that that's called out, that like, even when you're alone, you're not, right? Like I'm making the game for other people. And that really helped me, just like knowing like, hey, I'm making this to connect with other people.
That's awesome. And you know, it's if there's other solo dubs watching this right now, is there like one piece of advice you would want to give them?
I would say the one piece of advice that I feel like really helped me is just people, I mean, it's not going to go through your head, obviously, but just remember why you're making this game. Like, remember that like feeling that you're doing. I think a lot of solo developers like me, they're like making this game because there's just this, you know, infernal itch inside you that you're like, I want to create this thing. And for me, it was just like why? And I always went back to that. I was like, why do I want to make this? Like, what is this reason? What, like, because there's so many other ways to like, you know, express yourself that aren't as difficult as making an entire video game. So like, why do you have to make this game? Like, and I just kept going back to that. And you might not be able to express that in words. You might not be able to express that in, you know, in a song or anything, and just feeling that and being like, why do I have to make this? And I don't know, that helped me. Like, I would return to that, and like, that is really what the game is about, honestly. My answer to that question is the game.
There you go. That desire to make good art definitely shows in the game itself. So it's cool to hear that, like, you know, every step of the process was like rooted in, I'm making something super cool, and it shows. So yeah. Okay, so just kind of a technical thing. A lot of developers watch Beyond and whatnot. Any like crazy bugs or anything that you ran into where you're like, that's wild, I'm going to keep it in the game?
Yeah, I think development has always been like, so many different like random things that pop up. I would say, I don't think I had any like insane one-off bugs that I'm just like, oh, that's super cool, but definitely some like visual glitches where I like just set something up and it's not meant to be that, and then I'm like, wait, that just looks so freaking cool. So for example, the flames, like the infernal flames that kind of look like this barbed wire, like at the first level in the game where you're a demon made of wire, you can just see it. that was an accident because I was just going to make it look like normal flames. And then I put a accidental different texture on it, like a grid texture. And I was like, wait, this looks super sick. Like barbed wire, more like barbed fires. And I was like, man, that's going to be sick. So then I like iterated on that, right? I was just like, I made a custom texture for it. I'm just like, what if the fire was like this barbed fire, right? Barbed flames. And then I came up with what I had now, just like this beautiful kind of, I don't know. I'm in love with that.
It's cool how like art can have happy accidents that just like, oh, that's pretty sick. And then it just kind of works and, becomes like something really cool and important. Okay. Let's break away from the game for a second. What's your current like IRL skate setup? Are you a longboard guy? Are you penny boards? Like do you use those, what's the one wheel? Like what do you use?
Oh yeah. I just use normal like popsicle decks. My IRL setup right now actually is I'll get it. Hold on one sec.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
All right.
Yeah. Skate
Oh, that's
story.
the deck from the game.
Deck from the game. Map of the Underworld.
That's awesome.
But actually I need a new setup because I don't know if it's gonna show up on camera, but like this wheel is really losing it right now. It's it's missing one bearing. So there's only one bearing in there anymore. So I really need to replace it. So actually I should replace this setup.
You don't need two bearings. It's fine.
One bearing's enough.
That's half the speed. Don't worry about it. The soundtrack in this game is super rad, and you have two composers working on this. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so there's Blood Cultures, which everyone knows and loves. And for the hub levels, there's actually an amazing soundtrack, which is Volume 2, made by John Fio. And like, for example, in the Lyceum, the haunting saxophone track is made by John. And he did all the hub music, which is, just honestly breathtaking and super, super just like chill and cool to skate to.
How did you get them to jump on this project?
Yeah, so like John, I actually knew from my previous game. I met him at a game jam. And he's just been... I've always loved his work, like ever since like working with him. And he worked on my first game, which is like this cube game called Zarbot. You should see a cube on screen as I'm talking. But that was my first game for Switch. And he made the music for that game. So I was like, oh, let's work together again. But for this game, I was in love with Blood Cultures already. So I also wanted like these like synth pop songs in the game. So I just reached out to them. I was literally just like on Bandcamp and emailed them like, hey, love your music and you want to collaborate? And then I met them up at a coffee shop and then they were like, yeah, sure.
That's awesome. Where can people listen to those soundtracks?
Yeah, so both the soundtracks are available essentially wherever music can be streamed, like on Spotify, Apple Music. You can get them on Bandcamp. There's going to be vinyls, and you can get the soundtrack on Steam if you want.
Awesome. Definitely going to pick up that vinyl. All right. How long did it take you to make this game? And what's one final thing you want to tell the audience?
Oh, it took me 6 years and 2 delays. So it's been a long journey. And, I'm honestly just so happy that I can finally share the game with everyone and like my experience. And I hope people, can just experience what's inside my brain.
There you go. That's a box quote right there. Cool. And there you have it. Sam, thanks a ton for hanging out, talking skateboarding, your creative process, and letting everyone know more about your game. It's pretty awesome. We even gave it an 8. You can get Skate Story right now on Switch 2, PC, and most importantly, because you're listening to PlayStation podcasts, PS5. Beyond.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip from Beyond, IGN's weekly PlayStation show. You can find the full episode over on youtube.com/IGN Games. And don't forget, new episodes of Beyond drop every Wednesday on IGN.com, the IGN Games YouTube, and all your favorite podcast platforms. Thanks again for watching, and as always, Beyond.